How's it going, main deck viewers? This is Mitch here, and today we're bringing you a deck profile. We got a hot and fiery one coming your way. It's if you're a fan of control and a fan of big damage numbers, then you're in the right place. Alright, welcome back, main deck viewers. What we have here for you today is we have our Discord League first place champion deck, Fire Rai. This deck was piloted by Jonsu to a first place in our league. A few notes about that for you here is the league takes place over our Discord server. We'll link it down below for you here. Also, this was exclusively first edition cards, so you won't find any of the Ultra exclusive cards in here, which probably might have affected some of the deck choices as well. We're having another league starting here soon. May 15th will be the day of our next Grand Archive League, and that will include Ultra as well. So feel free to hop on in and join us. We do webcam games. The league is free to enter for anyone who wants to come and join. Alright, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Alright, so Fire Rai. What this deck is looking to do is a little different from other typical Fire Rais that I've seen before, who are usually playing like the Erupting Rhapsody combo. This one's looking more for like a control, stall game plan, and then boom, kill you one turn. So let's go over the kill part first. How are we gonna kill somebody in one turn? We have a few kill cards here that make this happen for us. We have cards here like Arcane Blast to help deal 11 damage, big chunk there. We have cards like Erratic Bolt to help us also deal more damage. And then we have Fireball. Those are our three main kill cards in the deck. Outside of that, we have cards like Sparkle Light to help pierce through any pesky barriers or shields that come up. Alright, so the question now we have to ask is, how do we survive to get to level 3 and kill them? With decks running around like Fire and Wind Lorraine. So let's go over the choices that Jonsu made to stay alive here. First off, we'll start at the bottom. We got Deflecting Edge. Great card to up negate an attack, stop some early game damage, as well as stopping a late game lethal to help get us out of the range of lethal for a surprise. Oh, we're still alive. Again, card is great for doing that. I love it in this list. I love what it's trying to do. We have typical Fire Rai. We have board up here, Persian Flames. This card just helps any of the go wide strategies. Helps some splash damage for Sylvie here. Other Lorraine decks are trying to go wide with some creatures like the wind versions. And we have Spontaneous Combustion. Just a way to help, again, deal with big allies that are attacking us. It just helps us stay alive longer so we can survive longer. A note for this deck. The idea here is we want to try and save as much as we can. If we can take hits early without playing cards, we'll do it. If we can hold off on drawing or anything until later, we'll do it. You might want to ask yourself, why don't you play any cards? We're in a card game, right? You want to play cards? The main thing here is we're trying to save as much as we can to at least get to level 2. The reason why is every time we would play a spell in level 2, we'll get an enlightened counter. This deck wants as much resources as possible to make our level to turn 3 kill you in one turn happen. And then what we need for that is we need lots of cards. So we want to try and save what we can. So now I think, like, how do we find the cards? How do we draw the cards? We got a few options here. What we decided to use, Creative Shock, Scry the Skies, Peer into Mana, and Careful Studies. These cards are great. They go off wonderfully in Rai. Once you get to level 3 Rai, these cards help us, again, in the big kill turn to cycle through a lot of cards. What these two cards do also really well is they pair well with Barrier Servant. Barrier Servant is not a card we see too often in this kind of list. Usually in the spot we use something like Library Witch. But what Barrier Servant does different for us here is it helps us stay alive through multiple attacks. It does cost us resources to do it, so it's not something I'm going to always do. So we're only playing 2 copies. But in a pinch, it does what Library Witch can't, and seems like a fair inclusion. The reason why I really like Library Witch personally is because I get to pair it with the draw 3 second creature card. That works wonderful. Well, draw 2, but 3 with Library Witch. I think that's just a lot of good raw card advantage as well. So I could definitely see that being something you want to put in this deck. Alright, let's go over the cool arcane cards. So Power of Woeing, again, all these cards trying to do is they're trying to make our level to 3 pop-off turn lethal. Ways to pick up our our memory and use it again. Ways to draw more cards, gain more levels, and then deal lots of damage. So let's go over a really spicy plays that can run that'll help surprise kill lots of people. What we do, we're level 2 Rai. We're sitting there, going into our turn as level 2 already. We got 1 or 2 cards in our memory, hopefully arcane. What do we want to do? In this point, we want to go over here to our knowledge. You'd banish one of them to materialize this. Pick up the memory, draw our card, go on in, and we're gonna slap down Dungeon Guide. Hopefully put some arcane cards on there to banish them. And then boom, we're level 3, we get our cool ability, lots of extra levels. And then what we can do is the one card we have left from Dungeon Guide, just to make sure we get maximum arcane banish, is we get to go over and do the Tome of Sacred Lightning. That way we can get all 3 of the cards you put down Dungeon Guide banished and out of the way, as many arcanes as we need and want. And if you do that with just what we got from arcanes, from just that turn, we go from level 2 all the way to level 7, or even 8, level 8 with a tome. That's just, again, going from 2 to level 8 in one turn is a lot. There's a lot, and it just surprises, oh, you're dead. Which I think is why this deck did so well. Just being able to pull out a victory from looking so weak and so defenseless. And again, so if you go from 2 to 8, what does that do for us? Yeah, because like Fireball, it's like boom, 9 damage for 2 mana, 9 damage for 2 mana. Or 11 damage for 2 mana, 11 for 2 mana. We don't need a lot of cards once we get to 3 to kill them. We just need to find the right ones. So I think this deck looks sweet. I think Jonsu did a really good job playing it to the championship victory. I look forward to playing, hopefully get to play against him again in the next one. Great job on the deck, Jonsu, and thanks again for watching.
Thanks for watching another Maindeck video. Maindeck is sponsored by JW Sports Cards and Gaming. Visit jwwcards.com and by our amazing patrons. Get exclusive content and other cool perks on the Maindeck Patreon. And hey, while you're here, I bet you'd like one of these videos. Go ahead, click one. I know you're gonna love it.